Hey guys, we are back and today I plan to test ride the bike. So what I will start today is I'm gonna start bleeding the rear brakes, changing the front pads, bleeding the front brakes, and then I gotta make sure that the cables for the spark plugs are good, because I don't know if this box right here, there's two cables and I don't remember which cable goes where, so I guess I gotta find out if it's the right one or not. So it's just gonna be a bunch of little things here and there, so I'm gonna get to it now. Okay, so I bled the back brakes again. Now it seems like it's working. I bled the front brakes. I changed the front pads. I tried to turn that on. It's not turning on. I'm gonna change the wires for the spark and see if that helps. But before I do that, I'm gonna tighten the back tire to the chain to proper spec. So let's go. Okay, I'm having an issue here. I can't adjust the chain because, as you can see, all the way out it's still loose. So I'm gonna count the links because I counted these ones and this one definitely looks shorter. So I'm gonna count them and see what's going on. Okay, so we have an issue. I tried to jump it, nothing's turning on, nothing ever did. And I blew this fuse right here, which is a 20 amp, but I don't have any. So I keep looking around, see if I can find one. Okay, I found them on my specific motorcycle toolbox. The last place I looked. Look at that. All kinds. I have them all labeled, all different. Right here. Here's the one. Now let's see if the ignition comes on. There you go. Let's try to turn this bitch on. Okay, so I couldn't find the short and I test the continuity, the ohms on the tank's good. I was looking online, couldn't find anything, but I just plugged it back in. I was checking all the wires. I plugged it in, didn't blow the fuse, and the light's on, so I'm gonna try to jump it and see if it'll work now. Another day here with the Katana. Last time I was having issues with the wiring system where it was blowing. This fuse right here, the number 20, it was blowing all the time. Every time I connected the gas tank, the fuel sender wires to the battery, and I was just trying to figure out. Then I found out that every time the tank touched the metal, it would spark and blow the fuse. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna get my voltmeter and we're gonna check to see if there's any, we're gonna find the issue. I'm gonna start with checking the wires again, see if they got any power to it, and then from there we're gonna check if there's any exposed wire touching the metal. So what I'm gonna do today, so let's see, hopefully I can find it. Okay, so I think I found the issue. As you can see, this wire is all exposed and I guess burnt. I took apart all the wiring and I see here, this was the positive for the fuel sender, and I followed it all the way through, so that's why I took everything apart. Then I took the negative and I followed it, I followed it just right here. I followed it all the way through, just here. Let me take it out, and look at this cable. It's just all toasted. And then eventually all these cables ran together to here, and then when I got here it looked like one of these cables was burnt, and that's where this cable came in. So this cable was just, which it should be ground right here, actually like this. It was like this, and it ran all the way through here, and then at the end it was exposed like this. So I don't know if this was the issue. I'm gonna try all of this again like this and see if it happens, right? And hopefully nothing catches on fire. So I'm gonna look at it one more. Looks good. Maybe I'll open it all the way here, but let's see what happens. Okay, so I got the battery hooked up. The cables shouldn't be touching anything. It looks very sketchy, but what I'm gonna do is, I got the ignition on, but what I'm gonna do let me turn it off. I'm gonna set the tank up here again, and I'm purposely let it touch the frame and connect everything, and at the end I'm gonna come with pliers and hold the fuse and see if it blows, and if it blows we still have the same issue. So let's just hope that wire was the issue. Another day, guys. Here we're gonna try to see if there's any other issues with the wiring harness. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start from this back wire right here. I'm gonna tape that up as I go to make sure that everything's good here. So that's what I'll be doing today. Okay, I already checked for continuity on all these cables. Like I said, oh well, you can't really see because this is in the way, but you see I already taped most of this up. I'm gonna tape up the one by the computer or CDI or whatever, and then up here. But like I said, I checked continuity from all the way over here, from the positive to the positive up here, and from the negative to the negatives up here, and I checked all the negative cables that run through, and they all have continuity. None of them were stripped or cut or anything, so that's why I started wrapping these up. So tomorrow I'm gonna finish wrapping up like these. I'm gonna check those like sensors, and that's it. If I see that everything's good there, I'm gonna plug everything back in tomorrow if I manage to get everything done there. And after that, the last thing I'm gonna check is the fuel sender from the tank, the fuel pump, and then that'll be my last bit. And if nothing works, I don't know, we're gonna figure it out because that's what we do. So till next time. Okay, so today, like I said, I will plan on figuring out the spark issue. Today's the day. So what I'm gonna do is finish taping up the wiring harness, and after I'm done wiring in that, I'm gonna go check the fuel tank, the fuel sender on the fuel tank or the fuel pump, and the wires, because I have a replacement part somewhere over there from the old frame. So I'm hoping that that fixes the issue and I can find the issue to it. So I'm not giving up. Let's go, guys. Alright, one of the things that I want to check is that cable right there. That is the negative of the bike, the negative strap that goes straight into the negative plug of the battery. So I was told to check that, so I'm gonna unplug it and then make sure that everything is tight to make sure I'm having great ground contact. Okay, so I put all the wires back, everything is taped up, the battery's connected, I got solenoid on, the computer on, basically everything's ready to go. I just gotta look into I have such a mess, it's crazy. I just have to look into the fuel tank and the fuel sender to see what's really going on. So see, this is the reason why I'm looking into this. Do you see this corrosion here? I feel like this this thing was set up like this, so who knows? The only way to find out. Well, I guess we're gonna let this empty there for a while, and then I'll get into that. It's a good amount of gas. I like the smell of it. Oh shit, okay. Alright, real deal, guys. Oh, oh, look at that. Look at that. No wonder this was bad. It's this all the whole time. Look at this. Look at all this corrosion. No wonder this thing wasn't working. Holy crap. Look at that. Oh, melted. The wiring harness, the wiring diagram was showing me something else, a different color, see? So the red one is the negative, or this, and this one is the positive. So they have changed that before. Why would they not try to fix it? Why would they even, we could have caught on fire this whole time. I'm gonna let you take this out of it, because I'm gonna flash it. I mean, it's just a little dirty. Let's see how way better this looks. So we're gonna hit it with it. Can't believe how dirty that. All right. Like this. So let's just force that in. Turn this over like this, and okay, so I have this gasket maker, and this is the fuel resistant. So you could use this for fuel stuff. This is what I'm gonna do. But we gotta make sure it doesn't leak, so. We'll be back in a little bit. I don't wanna risk it, so I will be using JB Weld. We'll start mixing it. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. So we'll be back in like 10 minutes and see how hard that has set. Now let's turn it over and see if it leaks. So basically all I have to do now is connect this wire. There should be another wire over here, and this wire right here. These are my 2 wires. Now obviously, and if it works, I'll take this wire out. Let's go see if it's leaking. If it is, it's fine. If it's not, I don't think it's leaking. It's pretty dry in here, so. Okay, so, and we're gonna dispose of this gas right here properly. Now this is the real deal. Last time it was going off when I touched it, so let's try it. Well, I feel bad hitting it because well, it's not sparking. Well, that is good news. Having deja vu, guys. Well, let's go jump the bike. That fish me luck. Let's recheck that again. It shouldn't be accelerated like that. I just had to adjust the choke, I'm pretty sure, because I started moving this and I've never adjusted a choke, and I saw it adjusting on the carburetor. Okay, it sounds like it's running on 2 cylinders. So what I'm gonna be brave, and that one. That one's hot. Okay. Cylinder 1 and 2. I mean 2 and 3. It's not running. Okay, so we're here to get our cotter pins with Tappy. So over here, I think they should be right here. Yep, they're right here. So we just pick different sizes. I need multiple, so nice glasses.
Thank you.
Watch out. Hey, I think I might have found the issue. It wasn't turning on because that coil pack over there didn't have any spark. So I used this old one, which was in water. I dried it and I plugged it in and I checked for spark, and what I did is I put that screwdriver in this metal, and then have the metal of the screwdriver like this far away from this metal and turn it over, and if I saw spark, that means that there's spark on this one. So I checked both of these, this one, and it had spark, and I checked those ones, that the old ones that were in the bike, and didn't spark anything. So I think that was the problem. So I'm gonna put this back together and see if that was the issue. Okay, so here we go. I have the wires back put on, the coils, the old ones over there, new ones on, fuel is on, the wiring harness all ready to go. So basically, this should work. Bike did turn on. Everything seems to be working good. No more spark. All 4 cylinders are running. But now the new issue is with the throttle cable. See, what was going on is when I was turning left, it was accelerating, and when I was turning right as well. So I need to figure out why was that happening. Maybe I rerouted it wrong. So I'm gonna try to adjust it and kind of see if I can have it freeze. This is a little tight right now, and see if that helps. Okay, so tank is off. Here's my throttle cable. See where it runs through. It runs through here. So this is my throttle cable, and it runs into the, obviously, carburetor. And I just gotta make sure that everything's adjusted there properly. So what I'll probably do is I'll take this handlebar out piece out again, and I think I have to run it in between the forks. So I'm gonna do that, see if it helps. Okay, so I rewired the cable. Instead of coming through here through the right, I made it go through the left in between the forks, and then up through here, because now when I turn it looks more comfortable and nothing is pulling. So if this doesn't work, then I'll have to do some more information, more digging and stuff. But for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tighten this up, and then we'll test it. When I use the accelerator, it's doing it again, so I gotta check what's going on. Okay, so it's still accelerating when turning, so I'm gonna reroute the cable again. All right, I twisted the steering. It's not accelerating, so I'll see if I can fit the seat in there, see if I can go around the trailer. Well, that seat for the blue doesn't fit, so I have to look for the other seat, the black one. Open this. Okay. I don't want to go alone. It's scary in here. Whatever works. I don't know what I did with the nuts.